Top of the first inning, about to get things underway here from Alexandria, Generals Baseball Field. It's the top 25 ranked number 15 William Carey Crusaders and LSU Alexandria in a non-conference midweek meeting. First pitch fouled away, and we are officially underway. For William Carey, it'll be Hennett leading off, followed by Booth, Carley, Mark, Walters, Ducksworth, Senior, Hernandez, McLean, Lalonde. And defensively for the Generals, Einkoff is at first. Langley is at second. Over at third, it's Trevor Dooley, the shortstop, Lane Patin. Left to right across the outfield, Batterford, Labruyere, and Kratzer behind the plate, Evan Rolf Shadle. And on the mound, it's Colin Ardwan. Fires that one over first strike. It's 1-2 the count. Ardwan on the season, 5 appearances, 1 start, 8 2/3 innings of work. He is 0-0 on the season with a 5.19 ERA. He struck out 10 opposing hitters at .286 against him. This one's fouled away. 2-2. To Hennett, playing center field for the Crusaders. It'll be 3-2. And then hitting .296 on the year. No home runs, but 14 driven in. Full count. Payoff pitch here from Ardwan. In the air to shallow center. Labruyere coming on, and he will make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up the left-handed hitting Booth. .365 on the season, 6 home runs, 30 driven in. Ardwan misses. Generals took 2 out of 3 from the University of the Southwest this past weekend. In a trio of high-scoring games. Dalton Wilson hit for the cycle and was named the Red River Athletic Conference Player of the Week. Here's the 2-0. Inside corner, 2-1. Wilson in that series finale started off with a triple after he was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Then a single, then a double, before hitting an inside the park home run to finish off the feat. Third time in LSUA history a player has completed the cycle. Here's 3-1, and Booth will draw a walk. So here's Hayes Carley hitting .378, driven in 16 and scored 24 times. The last LSUA player to hit for the cycle before Wilson was Jay Bell back in 2012. On a line, that'll get down and left. First hit of the ball game. And the Crusaders have runners on first and second with 1 down. slow to get up there at second is Booth. Alford going out to take a look. Getting a little bit of a run in there, Booth, just to make sure he's good to go. Here's Mark, 360 on the season, 2 home runs and 21 driven in. Potent first 4 in the lineup for the Crusaders. Bender in for a called strike. Hardwall out of the stretch. That one just misses. Here's the 1-1. Snap throw over to first. Back in time is Carey. Rolf Shadle keeping him close. 2-1 on Mark. Another breaking ball over for a strike. Went right back to it, and it's fouled off. Double dip there. See if Hardwall will go back to it. Here's the 2-2. No, a pickoff attempt. Booth is back. A little slow to get up again. I think he was just waiting for Langley to get rid of the ball there. Bobby Halford looking like though he might be trying to get somebody ready for Booth. Look back at second in the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Mark down by way of the K for out number 2. That'll bring up Walters. Hitting .284 with 1 home run and 22 batted in. He's scored 23 times on the season. Misses high and away. One O's outside. 2-0 the count. Hardwall looks at Booth. Got it in on the hands, and it's fouled out of play. check at second, and they got him. That'll end the inning. Booth is picked off. It'll be Labriere, Dooley, and Wilson due up when we return in the bottom of the first. Okay, Labriere will get things started for LSUA, hitting .301 on the season. 2 home runs and 30 batted in. He faces Blaise Lalonde. Just 14 innings on the season for the right-hander. He struck out 11, allowed 16 hits, and has an ERA of 5.14. In the strike zone there, it's 2-1 on Labriere. And it'll be 3-1 on Cade Lab. Check swing. He did go around. Nobody to ask for help on that side of the field. Here's the payoff pitch. Right back at him, and it gets through. That'll be a single up the middle. And the Generals have their leadoff hitter aboard. Here's Dooley, hitting .358 on the season, 1 home run, 25 batted in, and he scored 30 runs. Breaking ball in for a called strike. Check over at first. Back without a slide. 1 to Dooley. Breaking ball in 0 and 2. Runner going. The 0-2 called the ball. Yeah, they're going to say Labrier's out there. Caught stealing a good throw by Hernandez. Yeah, that is a fantastic call by the field umpire. Managed to get that a beautiful frame in photos. If you hear the clicking, you'll also, that's me taking photos from the press box. Right side, catch made by Mark, and that is out number 2. That brings up Dalton Wilson. Wilson hitting .429, 4 home runs and 24 batted in, leads the Generals in average and home runs. That one bounced in. Want to know the count. Be 1-1, evens it up. Chop foul. So it's 1 and 2 to the Generals' designated hitter. And Landon Langley on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2's across the top of the scoreboard. Here's the double deuce. Misses high. Counts full. Lalonde. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase after the high heat for out number 3. Walters, Ducksworth, and Senior due up. Here's Walters. He'll lead off after his at-bat was interrupted by the pickoff. In the top of the first. Swing and a miss. A big hack there from him. Ducksworth on deck. Here's the 0-1. One from Ardwan. Inside corner 1 and 2. Two lefties now that have been hesitant to take a rip at an inside fastball. Missed outside. Popped him up. Rolf Schadel calling for it. And he'll make the catch. In foul territory for out number 1. Well, here's Ducksworth. 253 on the season, 2 home runs, 14 batted in. And that one's fouled away. One. Just missed outside. This is over the bottom of the zone. Here's the 2-1. 3-1. In the air, right side, shallow right, just behind the dirt. And Langley makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Senior hitting .271. No home runs and 18 batted in. On the ground, left side, and foul. Dooley waiting for it behind the bag. This is put in play as well to short. Patin. The throw. It'll be an infield single. Senior beat out the hop. And it brings up Hernandez. Hernandez hitting .227 on the season, 2 home runs and 21 batted in. Throw over to first. Einkoff keeps it in front of him. Ardwan fired that one over. fouled back. The 0-1. Inside. Evens the count up at 1-1. The Generals host Texas College later this week as they continue Red River Athletic Conference play. It'll be on Friday and Saturday. Another check at first, and Einkoff has to wear that one off the body. Here's the 1-1 now. Runner going. Popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not. So it'll be 1-2. Senior leads off of first. Breaking ball on the ground left side. Dooley knocked it away from the throw of the pick, and they got him at first. Einkoff with a really nice play defensively to pick that throw. And that will end the inning. It'll be Langley, Kratzer, Einkoff. Due up when we return. So in the bottom of the second, Langley gets things going. 333 on the year, a home run, 28 runs batted in, and 23 scored. On the ground. Fielded at second by Walters. An easy throw over to first for out number 1. And here's Kratzer. Hitting .293 on the season. 1 home run and 12 batted in for him. And the first one from Lalonde misses inside. Popped up, foul territory down the left field line. Giving chase. And making the grab is Carey. 2 down. Einkoff watches the first one for a ball outside. In the dirt, 2-0. Three and 0. Hernandez with a lob back to his pitcher there, trying to slow him down a little bit. Here's the 3-0. He missed outside, a 4-pitch walk to Einkoff, and it brings up Batterford. Batterford hitting .242. No home runs, 5 driven in, 11 runs scored. Limited at bat so far for the senior. He watches the first one. Lawn now at 25 pitches, 12 strikes, just under that 50% mark. Catches the corner there, and it's 1-1. Einkoff with a conservative lead off of first. It's 2-1 on Batterford. On a line into center, that will fall. Hennon had to let it drop, and the Generals have 2 aboard with 2 outs. Ralph Shadle hitting .333. 1 home run and 15 batted in. Swings at the first pitch, hits this one to center. Hennon drifting over, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. The Generals strand a pair. We head to the top of the third. It'll be McLean, Hennon, and Booth due up when we return. Alan McLean start things in the top of the third, hitting .281, 1 home run and 15 batted in. And it's over for a called strike to open the inning. 2 hits apiece. No runs scored so far. 0-2 as he swings through that one. Pulled the string on him. Here's the 0-2. Grounder right side. Einkoff cuts off Langley, and he throws it away. So McLean will be aboard on the error. Here's Hennon, who's 0 for 1. And that one's behind him. Ralph Shadle able to pop out and keep that one close by. Ardwan wants a new ball. And back into the bag it goes. From Ardwan, and it doesn't square around this time. Squares around this time, pulls back. They're going to say he did. So it's 2-1. Right in that gray area of offering. That one's through the left side. Station to station goes McLean. That'll bring up Booth. So Arinder has come on to hit for Hennon. And first pitch is a called strike. Check over at first. Arinder entering the ball game for Booth. He came up a little brisk on that original slide in the top of the first. Ardwan misses high. Runners on the corners, nobody out here for William Carey. 1-2 on the breaking ball. Another check at first. Hardwell's not made it easy over there for Einkoff the first couple innings on pickoff throws. Runner going, pitches inside. They got him at second. And McLean was held at third. So with one out, a 2-2 count now. Hardwell going out of the windup. Breaking ball, that's through the left side. And William Carey will take a 1-0 lead. That'll bring up Carey, who's 1 for 1. That one gets away from Ralph Shadle. Up to second goes Arender. Hardwell look back to second. Two and 0 the count on Carey. Popped him up. Patin, just on the edge of the grass, makes the catch. For out number 2, we'll bring up Jaden Mark. Mark is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch outside. Shallow right, twisting fly ball, and Kratzer crashes in to make the grab. And William Carey gets one. They leave one stranded. They lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Lane Potvin will get things going for LSUA. Hitting .225 on the season. No home runs and 16 batted in. Look out, that one right back to the catcher. Hernandez off the brick wall. And another softball's on the field down the right field line. Here's the 1-0. To second, backhanded, knocked it down. Walters, the throw, he's in there. Infield single for Potvin. Here's Cade Lab. Oh, he's 1 for 1 on the day. Led off the bottom of the first with a hit. In the dirt, Hernandez kept it close. That'll keep Potvin over at first. Labrier with 30 batted in on the year, 2 home runs. And a 1-1 count as that one catches the corner. In the air to right center. Calling for it and making the catch is Hennon, and there is 1 down. Here's Dooley. 0 for 1. And a check over at first. Potvin's back in time. On a line to center. That one's not going to get down. Hennon right there. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Here's Wilson. Chops the first pitch he sees foul. Noah Gaspar almost a nice play out of the first base coach's box. Oh, 57 degrees at first pitch tonight. Oh, one's outside. The left side of the infield. Playing a pull shift on Wilson. Big gap in between Walters and McLean. Check over at first. Outfield playing him straight up, though. Lalonde checks the runner and delivers. Runner going. And it popped in and out of the mid of Hernandez. Hernandez trying to say foul tip. It'll be a stolen base for Potvin. 1-2 on Wilson. Outside. Twos across the top of the scoreboard. Generals with a runner in scoring position, 3-2. Count is full. Foul tip back into the mitt. And Lalonde has Wilson down swinging for the second time in this game. General Strand 1. They trail 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. Charlie Guidry takes over. First pitch swinging is Walters. In a left, and Batterford has it. That brings up Ducksworth. Squares around a bunt, pulls back. It's a called strike. Guidry 9 2/3 innings on the season, 13 strikeouts, but an ERA of 15.83. This is in a right center. Labrier on the run, and he will make the catch. 2 down. Here's Cam Sr. In for a called strike. On the ground, a short. Potant charging on the run. The throw. Got him. Guidry gets him 1, 2, 3 out of the bullpen, and we're headed to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, Landon Langley will get things started. First pitch he sees is a ball. Lalonde, 42 pitches, 22 strikes so far. On a line, diving, got a glove on it, but can't catch it as Carey. Langley rounding first. He's got to get on his horse to get to second. He's in there with a double. Now Kratzer, 0 for 1. He's got a runner in scoring position here. Swing and a miss. Pop that one into foul territory. And it'll get out of play. So it's 0-2 on the Generals' right fielder. Upstairs, 1-2. It'll stay at 1-2. Chased that one outside and fouled it away. That was a defensive swing there from Kratzer. And a chopper back toward the mound. Lalonde to first. Kratzer does his job and moves Langley over. Brings up Einkhoff. Einkhoff drew a walk in his first plate appearance. Swinging first pitch, laces a line drive foul. That would have done a job and then some for LSUA. 0-1 now, 0-2 catches the outside corner. A well-spotted pitch there from Lalonde. The 0-2 fouled away. Oh, Hernandez climbs the ladder to keep that one from going to the backstop. Home plate umpire helping him out. Got the ski mask on underneath. 1-2 the count on Einkoff. Fouled away. Couple players wearing an assortment of masks today as that temperature will start to drop as we get further along into this ball game. Here's the 1-2. Skipped it in. Batterford waits on deck. Generals with a tying run over at third. Three and two. Payoff pitch to Einkoff as Lalonde waits for the sign. The 3-2 fouled away. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. In the dirt, Einkoff works his second walk of the ball game. It's runners on the corners with one out. Batterford 1 for 1. Little sinking line drive in his first at bat into center. Breaking ball stays away. Batterford squares. It was a safety squeeze. Count even up at 1-1. Carey playing in at the edge of the grass. Jaden Mark with no real choice but to play in, trying to hold Einkoff over at first. Here's the 2-1. Lifted in the air, shallow center, charging Hennon. That's going to fall. And it's a tie ball game. Looks like a line drive in the box score for Batterford. And coming out to the mound now, going to be a visit. Alon now up to 62 pitches, 35 of them strikes. At bat against Einkoff there, almost 10 pitches. Home plate umpire going out. First mound visit of the game for William Carey. Ralph Shane 0 for 1. He's got 2 on and 1 out. First pitch on a line, snared at second. Walters on the one hop. 4-6-3, twin killing. Milan gets out of the inning, escaping any further damage, and it's 1-1 as we head to the 5th. Here's Hernandez, 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Guidry back out for his second inning of work. And he starts him out wide, 1-0. On a line to left, Batterford, couple steps to his right. Has it for out number 1. Here's McLean, also 0 for 1. Seen some aggressive hitting today. Trying to attack pitchers early in the count. That one's in for a called strike. Squares around, pulls back, and it's a ball, 1-1. Right back up the middle, off the lip of the grass. That looks like my drive's out on the golf course. It's back to the top of the order for Hennant. Fifth hit of the game for the Crusaders. Misses outside as McLean gets the oven mitt settled over there at first. Fairly conservative lead. Over for a called strike. Carey gets a look over at first. Dancing off the bag is McLean. Missed outside. Here's the 2-1. On the ground, a third. Dooley dropped it. Tries to go to second, and they'll get one. On what should have been an inning-ending double play. Here's Orinder. Hennon over at first. Orinder 1 for 1 with an RBI. Came on in replacement of Booth. Here's the 1-0. Up high, 2-0. There's some action in the Generals bullpen, some stirring it looks like. Wouldn't be surprised if there was action in both bullpens almost from here on out. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front, 2-1. Check over at first. Two ones fouled off the netting. Hennon leads off at first. Here's the 2-2. Fouled away. Over to first.
Mario and I took everything out of the room and placed it against the backside wall.
Still 2-2. Hennon going. It's inside. It'll be a stolen base, and the count's full. Another one fouled away. Full count on our ender. 3-2, down and away. Runners will be on first and second with 2 outs. And it's back to the number 3 hitter here, Carey. Carey is 1 for 2 on the afternoon so far. And at the knees for a called strike. The 0-1, excuse me, is fouled off. 0-2 the count. Couple looks back at second. The 0-2. Soft on a line. That's going to get down into right center. Labruyere coming up throwing. It'll be cut off by Einkhoff, and William Carey leads it 2-1. And our ender both go 180 feet, so it's runners on the corners again. So here's Mark. 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the ledger thus far. Runs inside, has to dance out of the way of it. The 1-0. Misses in. 2 balls, no strikes. Carey gets his lead off of first. Takes a half step back. 2 0s down. 3 balls, no strikes. .30 from Guidry. Get me over fastball is in for a strike. 3-1 the count. LSUA softball out of practice. Just saw a number of the players walk down in front of the press box. Here's the 3-1. And at the top of the knees for a strike. Carey will be off on the pitch at first. I think Mark called timeout there. Here's the payoff pitch. On the ground, foul. .3-2 again. Got him looking to end the inning. Mark thought he had ball 4. And he's rung up on strikes. They leave 2 stranded, but they score 1. It'll be Patin, Labruyere, Dooley due up when we return. Bottom of the fifth, Lane Patin leading off. He's 1 for 1, had an infield single. And he hits this one to short. McLean fields it cleanly. And over to first. That brings up Labruyere with one down. He's 1 for 2. Hits this one to short as well. McLean, the backhander, on the run to first. Back-to-back 6-3s. Here's Dooley. 0 for 2 on the ledger thus far. And that one's in. At the point of the ball game, you might want to go ahead and let that one plunk you. Any base runner is a good base runner. Here's the 1-0. Lalonde at 67 pitches. 38 of them strikes. On the ground, a second. Fielded by Walters. Over to first. The Generals go down in order on ground balls. And we'll head to the top of the sixth with Walters, Ducksworth, and Senior due up. Walters will get things going in the top half of the sixth inning. He's 0 for 2 thus far. Takes the first pitch on the inside corner. That one just misses. Evens it up at 1-1. Just barely got a piece of that. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Gidry got him for out number 1. Here's Ducksworth. It's outside to open the at-bat. Runs upstairs. Guidry falling behind. Catches the corner there. And another one on the corner, 2-2. Just misses. And the count's full. Foul territory. Einkoff over toward the fence near the bullpen. And he's got it right along the fence line. 2 down. That'll bring up Senior, who's 1 for 2. That one might have missed in, might have missed down. 1-0 either way. Fouls that one off. Got a real late start on the swing. Long look at that one from the umpire. Back into the bag it goes. Tag to center. Labrier to his right. He makes the grab. That'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Wilson, Langley, and Kratzer due up. The Crusaders lead 2-1. It'll be Wilson to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts so far. He is the only 2 strikeouts that Lalonde has mustered on the day. There's the 0-1. On the ground to second. Gobbled up on the short hop for out number 1 on the throw over. Langley 1 for 2, hitting .333 on the season. Breaking ball inside corner. Squares to bunt and has to pull back. Had to spin out of the way of that one. It stayed up and in on him. On the ground, Walters sliding, sidearm throw. He gets him. So with 2 down, it's Kratzer. Lalonde at 73 pitches, make it 74. This is lifted to left. Senior makes the grab to end the inning. Generals go down in order. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Hernandez, McLean, Hennant due up. Top of the 7th inning, Hernandez leads off. He's 0 for 2. Popped up, right side of the infield. Langley calling for it, and he'll haul it in for out number 1. Brings up McLean. He's 1 for 2. He swings first pitch, lifts it down the left field line, just barely in fair territory. Patin makes the catch. And just like that, there are 2 away. That brings Hennant to the plate. He is 1 for 3. That one's over for a called strike. Breaking ball misses. 2-1 from Guidry here. Make it 3-1. A left-hander throwing in the Generals bullpen. This is hit into left, and it'll get down. Rounding first, headed for second. Now he's going to put on the brakes. Two-out knock for Hennant. There's Arinder. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a walk. Swinging first pitch, hits this one towards the gap and well. That'll get down. It'll rattle off the base of the wall and cause some issues. Arinder's going to slide in a third with an RBI triple. William Carey leads it 3-1. Oh, with 2 outs. They've driven a run around. That one misses down. They lead 3-1. 8 hits in the game for them. And that's 2 from Arinder since coming off the bench. He replaced Booth and has made it worth it. Into foul territory, and that one will get back and out of play. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball back from whence it came. It'll be back-to-back RBI knocks. Two in with a pair of RBI 2-out hits. Brings up Mark. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. 4-1 ball game now. Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Ran it inside on him. Very conservative lead at first. And a 4-pitch walk issued. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Gautreau coming out of the dugout, and that looks like it'll do it for Guidry. So we'll take a timeout, and we'll bring the new pitcher back when we return. Austin Lorenz is in to pitch for LSUA. It's lefty on lefty here. And the first pitch misses a ball. Walters 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Catches the corner. Ducksworth on deck. All the offense in this inning coming with 2 outs. Spin and a throw to second. Carey read it. Carey bouncing around at second. Para looks back. In the dirt, blocked by Rolf Schadel. He got awfully close to touching that ball with his mask. Here's the 2-1. In the air to right and hit well. Kratzer going back. That's going to one hop to the wall. 1 run is going to score. They're going to wave around the second. The throw is going to get away. It's 6-1. Here's Ducksworth, 0 for 3. And it's outside. Fouled away, and it'll get out of play. Four runs in on the inning for William Carey, all with 2 outs. An end capper to second. Langley charges. Underhanded flip to first will end the inning. They get 4 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1 stranded. Einkopf, Batterford, Rolf Schadel due up in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning, Einkopf will lead off, and the Lalonde back out there. Einkoff swinging first pitch. It's a fly ball into center. And the catch is made by Hennon for out number one. Here's Batterford. He's 2 for 2. Watches the first one go by, and it's 1-0. Outside. Lalonde set up well with just 77 pitches so far. 45 strikes. Batterford working on a 3-0 count. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Batterford aboard for the third time this ball game. Breaking ball opens the at-bat against Ralph Shadle for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. In the air to center. Right there is Hennon for out number 2. Fontaine 1 for 2. Decent lead for Batterford at first. That one misses. There's some standing around in the Crusaders bullpen. Breaking ball inside corner. One is fouled away. Back to the top of the order for Labruyere on deck if Patin can extend the inning. Swinging strike 3. Hernandez going to have to make the throw, and he does. That will end the inning at 6-1 as we head to the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th, Senior leads off with the Crusaders ahead 6-1. Lorenz back out. Ralph Shadle might have bought a strike there. That 2-out, 4-run rally, the last inning for the Crusaders, opened up the ball game a bit for them. One skips in. Chop foul. In the dirt, it'll run to 3-2. On the ground, a short. Oh, that one eats him up. And will be a runner aboard on the error. Here's Hernandez. He's 0 for 3. Still wearing the collar. Lorenz a look at first. Now the 1-0. Catches the bottom half of the zone, 1-1. Breaking ball misses. Check over at first, and he's back in time. No dive needed. Here's the 2-1. Runner going on the ground, a short. Patel on the run, throws. Einkoff can't pick it. And it's runners on the corners with nobody out. So Wales has come on to run it first for Hernandez. In the dirt, Wales will advance on the wild pitch. Two in scoring position. And the count going to be 2-0 as Lorenz will be called for I believe it's a delay game. Here's the 2-0, a pitch clock violation. On a line, Patin goes up, can't handle it. Yeah, nobody able to advance, though. It'll be a single for McLean, and the bases are going to be loaded with nobody out. Here's Hennon. Nobody out, and the base is loaded. Lorenz with a curveball for a strike. 2 errors already on the inning. And that one's out of play. And then 2 for 4. On the ground at third. Dooley can't handle it. Can he get to the bag first? He can. He'll retire Wales. But Senior scores. It's 7-1. We'll bring up Arinder, who's had himself a 2 for 2 day. He's driven in a pair and drawn a walk. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. In the dirt, it gets away from Rolf Schadel. It'll go as a wild pitch as McLean moves up. Runners on the corners now. As the wheels falling off a little bit here for LSUA. Foul territory. Einkhoff's giving a long run over toward the bullpen, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. That's a darned if you do, darned if you don't right there, because if you don't catch it, it's just a strike. But Arinder has been a problem at the plate. If you do catch it, it will surely be 8-1, with the runner at third scoring fairly easily from an infielder making that catch with a back to the plate. A defensive swing, fielded at first by Einkhoff. He'll get one. Won't get the second, though. And it's 8-1. Breaking ball over for a strike. Fouls that one off. One pitch away from getting out of the inning. The Crusaders have now scored multiple runs in back-to-back innings. The 0-2's high. Runner going on the 1-2, on to short. Patin tried to go the easy way, throws to first. Einkoff holds the bag. And that'll end the inning. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, helped along by 2 errors. It's 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Caleb Ugle comes on here in the 8th inning in relief. The junior out of Galliano, Louisiana. Transferred to William Carey from John Melvin University. This is in the air over near the left field line, and it's hauled in fair territory by Senior for the inning's first out. Here's Dooley still looking for his first hit of the ball game. Ugle entering this outing with 11 1/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, and an ERA of 7.94. Back to back there from him. Check swing. They're going to ask it first. He did not go around. So Dooley will stay alive. And time is called by the home plate umpire. And then he almost got hit by the pitch as he stepped out from behind the plate. And now it'll be 2-2. And he gets Dooley looking. So 2 down for Dalton Wilson. I got to go track. I had to go track that ball down as it got thrown into right field after the strikeout. Here's the 1-0 to Wilson. It's outside. Wilson 0 for 3. Fouls that one off. Upstairs. Count will be full after the foul ball from Wilson. Another one fouled away. Langley waits on deck. Wilson can find a way to extend the inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Into right, it'll be shallow coming on. Arender, and he's got it. For out number 3 on the inning, we head to the top of the 9th. It'll be Mark Walters and Ducksworth due up when we return. So on the top of the 9th, Brennan Ebarb takes over on the bump, and Jaden Mark will be the first hitter sent to oppose him. Ebarb 6 appearances on the season, making his 7th. 10 and a third innings. He's struck out 12. Fouls it away for 0-2. That one's high. On the ground, a short. Ponte fields. Throw across. Got him. Only just, though, by about half a step. And that brings up Walters with 1 down. 1 for 4 with 2 driven in. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Fouls that one back to the netting. Breaking ball got him looking for out number 2. Here's Ducksworth. 0 for 4. Two and 0. Three and 0, misses down. Get me over fastball is there. Popped up, shallow right. Langley hauls it in. That'll end the inning. The Crusaders go down 1-2-3, but they've got a 7-run lead heading into the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Langley, Kretzer, and Einkoff due up when we return. Bottom of the ninth, Langley will lead things off for the Generals. And Ugle starts him off with a called strike. On the ground, a short. Fielded cleanly by McLean. Throw over, and they got him. Here's Kratzer. 0 for 3. Watches the first one. And off the hands. And Hernandez couldn't track it. It was, I think, over the top of the third base dugout. Fouls that one away. One, two misses low and away. Runs the count full. Einkoff waiting on deck. And that'll be strike three looking. 2 away in the ninth. It's over for a called strike. Down and in, 1-1. On a line, Einkoff will extend the inning as he reaches with his first hit of the ball game. So a trio of lefties up here. Baniford's had himself a good day at the plate. 2 for 2. He's thrown a walk and has a run batted in. Einkoff not being held at first. That one just misses. Slight pull trajectory on for the infield on Baniford. McLean playing nearly up the middle. This is skied. Will it stay in the ballpark? Hernandez giving chase. He's got it. That'll end the ball game. The Crusaders take it 8-1. They improve to 19-9 on the season. The Generals fall to 19-10. For all of us here at LSUA, the Red River Athletic Conference and NAIA, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.